Hey, which to you? I know it's probably late over where everybody else is. Yeah, I'm always safe. Like, we're at the beach right now. The baby's right here. Y'all see? He's right here, always with me. I just feel like talking because I had a lot of time on my hands. Yeah, I'm okay. Thanks for asking. Yeah, I'm in a warm area. Yeah, I feel like as long as you're not surrounded by trees here, like, it's not that bad. But the places that I was in, we were either in a mountain or we were either in a mountain or we were surrounded by trees, so it was cold. Oh, I thank you better than yesterday. Because me and Rambo, we were thinking about we're gonna just have to take that Uber ride, and get an Airbnb, but it's not in this area. It's 5 o'clock here. It's not in this area. It's like an hour away, and so the Uber is like $100. There's Airbnbs probably outside of the city. So we were thinking we might just do that. We just wanted to be here because we could get to everything if we needed. Hotels and stuff, and the hostels were all right here. So that's why we were trying to stay. But now I think we're like, you know what, we might as well just, if we could get a place to stay, then we'll be able to, regroup and, think of what we're going to do. Because we put an ad out. Because what you do here, you put an ad out for work and stuff. And we put an ad out. And then we actually met this guy. This guy just came up to us and was just like, hey, we were just walking. And he was at work. He worked for a car dealer place. And he was just like, how old is your baby? And we were, and we told him. And he was like, oh, well, I have a baby. If y'all need any clothes, for your baby, just hit me up. And we were just like, well, right now we're just trying to, find a place to stay. And he was like, well, here's my number. And we exchanged numbers with the guy. He said, if I find anything, he said, let me talk to some people, and I can see if I can find you something where it's like a work trade or whatever. So I was like, wow, people here are really nice. Nice. Can you get him out? Because I know he's going to start. Because he's been in there long enough. He's like, I want out. I love you too. Aw. Hublo said you and Rambo can come stay with me. It's 5 o'clock here. So I don't know. I don't recall seeing that name. I'm thankful, Mish. I'm thankful for everybody that has been donating. It's helping a lot, even though we weren't able to get anything here. But we just might have to just leave out and then just pay for that Uber, because Uber is not really popular here, so they can charge what they want, But y'all been very supportive. Yep, I agree. Let's see. He's laughing. Oops. Nope, it sure didn't. Yeah, the Hawaiians are very generous. Like, the people that from here, those are the people that have been, helping us. I guess they're just used to it. I guess they're just like, hey, that's what people do when they come here. But, I just been like, with me, I look at situations and I'm like, what is the lesson here? What do I need to learn here? And it was funny because I was talking to somebody in my inbox, and it was complex. If you're watching, what you said to me hit home for me. Even though you said what I said hit home for you, but when you brought it back to me, I'm like, that hit home for me. She was saying that earlier in my one of my lives, I was just like, I was just like, the same thing keeps happening because I haven't learned my lesson, or I haven't, learned or whatever I need to learn from it to move on. And that is so true, because what I've realized throughout this journey that I've been on is that and I'm going to be transparent. Like, everybody's like, you need to be transparent. Yeah, yes, Miss Leica, whatever you can send, that would be awesome. My PayPal is in the the description box. And so I realized in this journey the theme of what has been happening, and the reason why things happen the way that they're happening. And what I realized is that you can't keep running away and not expecting that you're not going to run into yourself, because wherever you go, there you are. So you running away from your life or running away from a situation, it's going to pop up again, but in a different form. And so what I was remembering was when I left, what we call Babylon, the States. And if y'all see in comments, I'm not really looking right now because I really just wanted to put this out in the ether. Before I had left, my life was going in a direction that I didn't want to deal with. Like, I was starting to get sick, and my body was just doing things that the remedy that I would try to fix it with, it wasn't working. And so once I found Nature Boy, it was saved me, but in a way I ran away from my life. I ran away from the problem, and yeah, the problem is the way that I was thinking, but it's so much more than that, because everything that happens in your reality is because of thought, but in this reality, we are a certain form. We have things a certain reason. There's certain laws that I don't care what you say about your thinking. There's still laws in this reality that you must abide by. We have a body for a reason. There's a reason why you understand your biology, because there's a certain way you have to be living and certain things you have to be doing. Different. And so for me, I'm thankful. Let me pin that. And in a way thinking that you're not going to have to deal with what happened with me. Once I had the opportunity to go to Costa Rica and leave, I left. But at the same time, I still had to deal with the issues that was within me. It doesn't matter where I go, wherever I am, that's where I'm going to be. That's where I'm going to meet myself, and I have to deal with it one way or the other. And the longer that you don't deal with your issues, the bigger, and you're going to be further down in that issue, that problem. And so for me, when those ailments in my body, that was a time for me to really pay attention to, there's Rambo, play with the baby. That was a time for me to really start paying attention and taking my life seriously, because we think, we're young, we can eat whatever we want, we can do whatever we want. And yeah, that's true. But then at a certain point in your life, at a certain time in your life, it's going to catch up to you. And I feel like whatever I was doing with my body had caught up to me. And so that's why I was getting hypothyroidism, and they said I had the autoimmune disease, and that is not AIDS, people. It's just where the doctors diagnose you because there's so many things going on. They just group you. But autoimmune disease, vitamin D deficiency, like what else they said? I said I had low iron, fungus in my stomach. It was like all kind of issues that was going on with me, that if I would have just took the time and took my life seriously and had the discipline to figure out to do what I needed to eliminate. I ran to the doctors and they couldn't help me. I ran to the naturopath and they did exactly what the doctors did. So then when I found, carbonation online, opportunity to leave, I did. I was like, I'm leaving. I don't want to deal with this. And if someone told me it's all, and and if you think it, and it's going to become, and whatever you want, you can have just by your thoughts. I was like, hell yeah. I was just like, sign me up. And then you can eat whatever you want as long as it's, vegan. That's not true. That's not true for everybody, It's just not. And it's not true. It wasn't true for me, but, oh, you have lupus? Yeah, they classify that as autoimmune disease. There's so many different symptoms that they classify as autoimmune disease. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you a woman and you have a lot of bacterial infections, they say that's like their symptoms instead of getting to the root. But with me, all I had to do was just really pay attention to what I was eating. Yes, and also my thoughts as well. And yes, also my environment. Being that I needed to uproot my whole life and just leave because the issue was still within me and what I thought of myself. And so then when I ran away from Babylon, because of fear. And it's one thing if you want to leave Babylon and you want to live in the tropics and you want to be about that life, but don't run away from your life. Don't run away from your problems that you think you have in Babylon, because they're going to meet you no matter where you are. Deal with it, and that's why I said, what's your intentions of wanting to, what's your intentions of whatever you want? Because you need to figure that out, because if your intentions is not right, you're going to meet up with it no matter where you go. So you want to make sure your intentions are in tune to what you truly should have, because if not, it's not, you're going to be dealing with a lot of obstacles, and it's okay, but you got to be ready to take them obstacles on. You can't be a victim or anything like that. You got to just accept it, take responsibility, and be like, you know what, I did this, and I'm gonna get by. I'm gonna do what I have to do. So I ran away and I went there out of fear, and then I ended up coming back, to Babylon. But then I kind of understood what was going on. But I still was running away, from my life. I still was just running away from my issues, from my problems. I was just like, fuck, I ain't staying here. I ended up leaving again. And then, I ended up coming back into the tribe. But even being there, it wasn't enough. I still was dealing with things that I wasn't willing to deal with. And no, but I'm not saying that situation was right or wrong. It's that when I was there, like, I still was faced with myself. And I feel like the environment was stressful, but it had to be stressful to bring up things about me that I needed to deal with, that I wasn't willing to just accept and deal with and really take responsibility for them head on, And I'm not saying that I'm supposed to be there. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that even being there, I still was seeing that, damn, I don't want to be here either. This isn't right for me either. And I really tried to force it for almost 2 years, thinking this is where I need to be. But it just didn't feel right. It wasn't heaven on earth like, we put it out to be. It just wasn't. It wasn't. And then me and him didn't own, and I just didn't agree with the way things were going. But I didn't do anything. I just let things be because I was under someone. I was running away from my life, so I accepted life, being in the tribe, that I shouldn't have accepted. Should have stood up and said something. But what happened is I buried. It started festering in me, and I think that's the reason why things happened to me the way that they happened. When I had got pregnant, it was just like my body it was too much stress on my body and amongst other things, and so I was still put myself in an environment that was conducive for me. I believed in what we were teaching, a lot of the things, that we were doing, but for the most part, there was things that I was like, I didn't agree with, and that's why him and I didn't always get along. That's why it was discord. That's why there was resistance, because I'm like, this isn't right. Like, this isn't right for me, but I stayed there. And then eventually, when I decided that it wasn't right for me, what did I do? Instead of me dealing with it and confronting it, I just left. I just, left and ran away. I was like, I don't have to deal with this, and now I'm here in this, going in and allowing someone to help me. And there's nothing wrong with allowing people to help you. From Mexico and came to Hawaii, and thinking something would be different, but I'm still the same. I'm still the same person, so therefore I'm be faced with the same thing, but just in a different, and this situation that me and Rambo got ourselves in, I totally understand what one of my things is, and that's pride. I have a lot of pride about myself. I'm vulnerable. I keep that shit real, but there's some things that I have a bit too much pride, and sometimes you got to be grateful. You got to be thankful, and you got to appreciate your life. You got to appreciate what you have. Because it could be worse, or you don't realize that you could be getting so much more. So appreciate where you are. And so that's what I realized about my whole life, that I don't always appreciate it. And I know that's very small. I left probably. You saying you left? I think I think I always do things prematurely. I think instead of me really taking the time to figure out what I want and do I need to do to get it, I think, thank you for saying that. I think that's me is premature altogether. I never really sit down and be like, this is what I want to do, who I am. I just never really took the time to do that. I didn't take life seriously a lot of times, and sometimes you got to be faced with situations to show you that. And so I feel like the situation that me and Rambo were in, where we had to leave, it was because of pride. It was because, we felt like the place that we were at was dirty. We thought it was not a clean place. It was dirty. We came up there trying to clean and try to throw shit away, especially when it was in our own environment, and we offended the man. We offended him, before I wanted to talk about it, I wanted to make sure that I'm talking about it in an objective way, in a clear way, and where I can take responsibility in and not offend anyone as much as I can. And being on social media, whatever you say, it gets taken. But I also like to treat people the way I want to be treated. So social media always talking about me, and see, I never do that to other people, because karma's a bitch. Whatever you say about another, you say about yourself, and you're going to have to do on. So I like to deal with my karma right then and there. I like to deal with my shit right then and there, and then work on it right then and there when I see it. So, I just felt like we were at wasn't clean, and me and Rambo went in there just okay, this is our space. We're cleaning this shit. And then it was okay because we told the guy, we showed him, and he was like, oh yeah, that's cool. The whole time he was just writing a checklist about that he didn't like or how we was offending him. So at that moment, and then we didn't have food, so we asked him if he could get us some food, and we'll work for it, work or whatever until we could get access to our money. And he was like okay with it, but then it was like at the bottom line, I had sent him a list. I said, look, here's a list of the that if you could, anything on here, this is what we eat. I don't know what yet, but just anything on here. And then after I sent the list, because he told me like that was it, he was like I don't want to deal with y'all. He was just like, I just, you know. So that's the reason why it was so abrupt. It didn't have anything to do with us. It had to do with what he went through before. Like, he dealt with a lot, and people took advantage of him. So I think he thought me and Rambo we was going to pay him. We was going to work, and he said that Rambo could do extra work. But then on the flip side, he turned us like, well, I might have said that, but that's not what I really wanted to do. Nothing to do with us. Like, you said it, so you know, we thank you from your word. But he just didn't want to, I can offend us, you know, but then at the same time, he didn't just be upfront, be like, no, this is.
Son.
Peace. That's why I'm coming to y'all now, and it's late, but that's why, like, for me, I like to take like ownership of my shit or whatever, like, you know, and you know, and that's really what it's all about. Like, I look at, like, how can I do the situation differently, but at the end of the day, that situation wasn't for us, because if it was, things would have worked out. So you can't ever live in regret or feel like you did something wrong. You just got to look at the situation and be like, okay, this is what happened. Where's the pattern in this? And when just look at my life and look at me continually running away, you know, from my life. And that's why I feel like me and Rambo was just like, we don't want to just leave here and just go back to the States, because again, we are running away from our life. This is our life. This is what we signed up for. We signed up to do this. What? Oh, shit. That big dog was right behind me. Oh, God. I don't think think he would have done anything.
I know,
Yeah. I look back. I don't know that. I'm not afraid of dogs, but I don't know that dog like that. He could have came up and did anything. You know, me and Rambo, we signed up for this life, and so me just going back, you know, and not facing why, you know, the situation is the way that it is and things aren't working out the way that we anticipated. But you always got to keep the mindset, everything is always working out for me. So there's a reason why that situation ended so abruptly, because maybe that situation wasn't for us. Maybe there was something more to it than we knew, and you know, and maybe something better has come along, you know. And you just have to look at it like this is your universe, this is your life. So whatever is happening is for your own good, and you have to look at it that way. Like, this is for my own good, you know. And that's how that's how I look at everything, you know. What you laughing at?
Exaggerating.
What?
You got scared. You're like, oh, what is that?
Because I saw that dog. That's a big dog. You know, you know how I am, a drama queen. But yeah, like a whole bunch of flies. Oh, yeah, it's 5:50. You know, yeah, it's still early here, but I just came on here just to talk. You know, I know some of y'all are in bed or are about to go to bed, but keeping a healthy perspective, and that's what it's all about. Keeping a healthy perspective and not making yourself a victim of your life, because it's your life. This is it. This is you dealing with you in all different aspects. So how are you going to handle it? You know, and you know, and so that's just the way I look at it. And so me and Rambo, you know, we're gonna be okay. And like, I'm very surprised with him and I, like, being very calm. You know, we haven't argued or pointed the finger at each other. We're really just doing self-reflecting and just being patient with ourselves and being patient with each other, because at the end of the day, you know, that's all we have. Like, right now, it's each other. And then, is he gnawing on your thumb?
Yeah, I think he's teething.
Yeah, I can't believe babies teeth at 3 months. Wow, I thought they at least teethed when they can actually sit up on their own, but he is wow, like, that's crazy. My baby's already teething. Oh, that I'm thankful. Love less than lies. Yeah, because someone had said that, you know, I don't be transparent and be telling y'all the way that it is. Like, I tell y'all the way that it is for me. Like, some people just come on here and they just want to know the business and gossip. Now, there are some people that follow me that I know genuinely, you know, care about, you know, my well-being or whatever. And so those people are the ones that I talk to and give a little bit more information. As far as me coming on here and just spilling the beans for people that just coming by just to be nosy and be chatty patties, like, I don't got time for that. Like, I'm not going to, you know, tell you go back and do this, and you know, that's the reason why I'm very careful about what I say, and I feel like I give you the best me, but to tell, because a lot of people wanted me to come and talk shit about carbonation and tell you about this, and no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to, like, for what? Like, why would you want me to do that? Because look at all the videos where people talk shit about carbonation, but yet their subscriber count is going up and people are still coming. So what's the point of me being like, they did this? No, absolutely not. Like, that was my experience, and if you want to know how it is, why don't you call and see if you can come over there and figure it and find out. You know, but I can tell you about me and what I've learned and what I'm going through in things with myself, but I'm not going to point the finger at someone else, because I don't want to give nobody that much power in my life that's saying they did this to me. Like, nobody didn't do anything to me that I didn't allow. So right now, Rambo and I are on the beach. Let me see if y'all can see. Like, see, is right there. We just decided to sit under a tree, but it's right there. People are driving by. Yeah. So yeah, so that's where I'm at. No, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna call an Uber and get in touch with an Airbnb and then go get an Airbnb. That's what we're gonna do. Or at least we're gonna try to do anyways. But I think we'll have more luck in Ocean View because it's not a tourist area. Where we are right now is a tourist area, so everything is booked. So oh, I'm thankful, Miss Liak. I think that's how you pronounce it. Yeah. Oh, I'm thankful for the Jackson Project. Yeah. Oh, I'm thankful. Just send me a message, nobody to somebody. No, Mel, by nature, we have PayPal. Hmm. Oh, I'm thankful. Love, Lust, and Lies. My family's been helping. My supporters, my subscribers, my followers. They've been supporting me. They've been like very helpful. I'm so thankful. Like the baby, he doesn't need for anything. Like he has everything that he needs because of y'all. Like I'm just, like so thankful. Like I have neighbor aunties. Like I could call them up now and whatever I need for Zen, they'll send it. Like, and I'm just so thankful. I'm okay. Like, but the baby, it was like he has just that love him and making sure that he's good, and so that makes me feel good too. It's 5 something here, Job Rastafari. Oh, I'm thankful, male by nature. Yeah, we ate something. We just been snacking and making sure we drink enough fluids and stuff. So yeah. Oh, let's see. Want to be? Oh, so people want to be. Let's see. People want to come into the live. Okay.
What's up, family? I just wanted to bring this one to you. My last one for the night. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. That was my phone listening to myself on a dub. Do I sound like that for real? Real fucked up. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe on this one. Let me know what you're thinking. What's up, Stephanie? Let us know something. Let us know something, Serenity. Are you going back to carbonation? I believe so. Y'all let us know.